Good morning. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. It's Monday morning and I'm back from my holidays. Hopefully this audio is golden and we are good to go. So I'm going to try and be really, really quick today. I keep saying it all the time. I've got loads to do. I've got another business and I've got to do accounts today. And the other business that I'm in doesn't have the infrastructure as Stormore. So I've got invoice, I've got to do loads of crap myself, basically, and I don't like doing it. I don't want to do that sort of thing. So this week, what we're going to do is we're going to do, today we're talking about obviously my weekend numbers for Stormore Willoughby. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the Stormore Clough Road. Now, this is when probably it's going to be the most helpful for me to do these podcasts. And the reason being is because I don't want to do it. I feel uncomfortable about tomorrow's podcast because Clough Road, the momentum has stopped. And so I'm going to go through it and tell you guys all about it. And we're just going to, I'll just be open as possible. But yeah, the momentum stopped. And I don't know why at the minute. And so we're going to have to look at a whole host of things. It's when I've been away. There's been, right, I'll just tell you really, really quickly. Look at me going on. So we didn't have the units available, did we? And that was a problem with Clough Road. It was flying. Boom. We didn't have the units available because phase 2 wasn't open. And so we couldn't do anything. So we started working on revenue management rather than the occupancy. And now we've got to switch that around now and work on occupancy, not revenue management. And we're just trying to, it's taking its time to get going. And so there's a whole host of things we can change and look at, but I'll go through that with you tomorrow. The reservations haven't been good. The move-ins haven't been good and the move-outs have been bad. So that all amalgamated together is terrible, but we're still far ahead of projections. So what I've got to realize is that the bigger picture is that Stormore Clough Road is doing very, very well. Overall, it's just had the momentum taken out of its sales at the minute. And we need to get that momentum back again. So that's why tomorrow is going to be a really good episode for me because there's no point in me documenting all the good times if I don't document the bad times as well. And so there's two sides to this coin. And that's where hopefully my kids move when they get older and stuff, when they maybe start wanting to watch this and listen to it and learn about, maybe they won't, maybe, I don't know, maybe they won't, then they can see that it's not, success isn't straight trajectory. So yeah, we'll go for that tomorrow. Right, okay, the Willoughby numbers. We had 25 quotes last week, which wasn't very good for quotes. We are normally higher. Clough Road, we had 41, I think it was. So Clough Road is flying on the quotes. Yeah, we had 41, just checking it in. We had 41 quotes and only 25 at Willoughby. However, the reservations at Willoughby were 12. We had 12 reservations at Willoughby. So that's a conversion rate of 48%. Yeah, bananas. Absolutely bananas. So conversions, quotes to reservations is 48%. Forward move-ins, we did 6 forward move-ins, so took all the details and stuff and did everything apart from take the money. That's 50%. Number of move-ins last week at Willoughby, we had 9, so that was 700 square foot. We had nobody taking extra rooms last week, so we only had 700 square foot in total move in last week, and the conversion rate quotes to move-ins is 36%. So the conversion rate there is pretty damn good as well. The van was rented out twice. Now I don't know why the van's only been rented out twice last time and this time. I don't know. Maybe they put in should be 7 and they put twice. I'll have to check that because now I don't know. I don't know if that's right or not. I entered the meeting because obviously I've just come back from holiday, so who knows? So according to this, it's only been rented out twice. Where did our quotes come from? 64% of our quotes came from Google, that's 16. 5 came from word of mouth, that is 20%. Passing by was 3, 12%, and used before was 1. Further 24, social media, estate agents, removals, blog was all 0. Square foot moved in last week, 700, as you know. Square foot moved out. 1,240. So we're minus 540 last week. Yeah, I wanted a good week, didn't we? But we knew it was going to be potentially a bad week because of the projections, because of the move-ins and move-outs. So we had already done, but we already had booked in. Right, amount of rooms moved in last week was 9. Amount of rooms moved out was 12. So we've got 367 internal rooms occupied, 2 containers in, 2 containers out. So we've got 45 containers. We've still got 4 car parking spaces. And currently our store occupancy is 81.09%. Weekly average sales per move-in for merchandise was £20.88. Total amount of insurance sold. We're sneaking back up on this one, which I'm really happy with. £48,000, which means the average per move-in took over £5,000. There's benchmark is £5,000. If we're selling anything less than £5,000 on average, we're not doing our job correctly. In my opinion, because ultimately 2 reasons. Number one, we've got to make sure the customers correctly insure their goods. And number two as well, it's good revenue for us. We're a business. We want to make money, and we make money for insurance. We make massive money for insurance. So we want to make sure we keep doing that. So £5,333 there. Amount of move-ins due this next week. This is a good one. This week's going to be a good week. 1,195. Amount of room that was due this next week is 13. So 13 move-outs for 1,145. So according to the figures, we're going to be 50 square foot up, but normally, touching wood, that we normally do better than these figures suggest. We always have extra move-ins come and stuff like that. Right, how much did we take last week? It wasn't a good week for takings either. Crikey, I go on holiday and look what happens. Obviously, I don't control this. It's every other KPI, they're all supporting KPIs. These are the main KPI. We took in 3 sites, we took £23,633.20. The money we took at Clough Road was £2,394.49. Beverley, we took £3,936.39. And at Willoughby, our champion flagship store, we took £17,302.32 with bounce direct debits at Beverley of 0, bounce direct debits at Willerby of £121.76, and actually not too bad. The debtors seem to be, well, I only find out, basically, I said to the team that I only want to know when debtor goes over 28 days, because that's when we start the protocol of selling the stuff, and, you know, we start that going down that route, and unless they're saying, look, we're going to sell you stuff and all that lot. So I only need to know after 28 days. So we've only got 2, I think, out of all 3 sites that are after 28 days. So that's pretty good. And one's on the payment plan. And then we have, apparently we've got loads that are under day 10 who just keep on going up to day 10 and then paying, and then we've got to ring them and stuff. And so that's been a bit of a nightmare for the team. But like I said, I don't get involved in that because, well, it's not my, I don't need to be. All right, guys, girls, love you, appreciate you. I'm rocking out of here. And yeah, I'm going to meet somebody at Starbucks, because for Clough Road, what I want to do is I want to give every customer a free drink. We're right next door to Starbucks. We're going to be next door to them as well in another location. So I want to make sure that if you're bringing stuff in, you know, it's nice to give your customers a cup of coffee, isn't it? Or if we can do something, I don't know what we can do, if we can have half price, or we'll see what they say. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. I'm trying to make sure. I'm having a meeting today, and we're going to see what we can do for our customers. All right, guys, girls, love you, appreciate you. Thanks for listening. I really do appreciate you guys. Last week was mental weeks in terms of downloads. In one day, we had 800 people listen. 800 people in one day. I was like, why? This is mental. No, I really do appreciate it. I love doing it. And well, I love doing it apart from when I'm talking Clough Road tomorrow, which I'm going to hate doing. But it's good because then it also, you guys get to see that it's not for self-storage. If you're in self-storage, I want to be in self-storage. It's not, excuse me, it's not all plain sailing, and it's, you do have, and I know that I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but that's why I feel like that I'm going to continue being successful in storage, because when there is something going wrong, we want to make sure that we look at it. We look at the contributing factors. What are the reasons? And sometimes it's hard to find them. Sometimes there isn't anything. It's just part of a cycle, and it's just, we're in a cycle and it'll change. But I want to make sure if there's nothing that I can do or nothing that we're doing wrong, then that's fine. But I want to dig deep down into it to see, okay, right, how do we focus on this? What do we do? How do we make sure that we continue being as profitable as possible? And yes, Clough Road, we're still ahead of projections, way ahead of projections. However, if it's not quite right, if something is tailing off, then we want to know what it is and why. Are we too expensive? Did we turn up the the revenue management too quickly? Maybe, probably not too quickly, but do we have to dial it down because our prices now are very, very high? So yeah, we'll have a look at it, and I'll document the whole process with you guys anyway, so you get to see exactly what we do and how we change things. Because when you see the numbers for tomorrow, for last week, you'll be like, oh my God, Jesus, that's terrible, Dean. It performed worse than Beverly. And Beverly's just a really small site in a small town. Right, all right, love you. I'm just going to stop waffling. Love you, appreciate you, and I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.